if you're anywhere near the 120th payment, we definitely recommend you get out of save, enroll yourself into a plan so you can get that time counted. So now that I've given, and by the way, if you don't know how to do that, we are on standby to help with that as well. So I just want to make that really clear. Now, you definitely should not continue to be in the default pathway, because once you're in that default pathway, the government can garnish your wages, garnish your tax returns. So if you're supposed to get money back from your April tax return filing, they can garnish that. If you get disability, Social Security, they can garnish that. So it's best to figure out how to get out of it and not do what this borrower on this news article did, which is to call her servicer and accept whatever payment they tell you. Do not do that, okay? And I will pause and make commentary as we go through the video. So I'm just gonna make sure that you can see the screen. Okay, so here we go. And I'm gonna pause and make comments throughout.
Sending student loan payments in default to debt collectors. Mandatory repayments had been on hold since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic back in March of 2020. But now the Treasury Department's offset program could pay off delinquent debts by withholding government payments like tax refunds and Social Security benefits. This may affect the more than 5 million Americans who have defaulted on their loans since federal payments were paused. The Education Department estimates another 4 million borrowers could default in the coming months. Christina Lyons joins us now. She is a mom who works.
Okay, so I want to correct that. Those 5 million people are people who part of them are people who have filed into income driven and are still reported on the pathway of default. Okay, so I want to correct that. It's also borrowers who have done their part and they're still being put on the pathway to default. I just want to clarify that. And the reason we know is because we're actively working with such borrowers. So if you're in the situation where you enrolled in income driven and nothing was processed and now they're telling you you have missed payments and your credit is getting hurt, we definitely need to rectify that so you don't get your wages garnished. Now let's listen to this borrower's story and I can tell you how to prevent and avoid the situation she has put herself into.
Works in the home and has student loans. Christina, thank you for being here and sharing your story with us. Tell us how the repayment has been going over the last few years.
I've been trying to get in touch with the Department of Education to set up a repayment plan. Everything that they want is such a high price for repayment loans that I am not able to make those payments. I'm currently a stay-at-home mom, and my husband also has student loans, and the price that they keep giving us for the quote for the payment is way too high compared to what we can afford compared to the cost of living nowadays.
And even when you call, are you running into any kind of roadblocks, or are you in general able to get somebody on the phone pretty easily?
A few months ago when I was trying to do it, I was able to get on and touch with people easily. But lately, the last few times I called, it says no one is in the office of the Department of Education, and it keeps rerouting me through an automated system.
How frustrating. What will the consequences of default kicking in today have on your life and your ability to afford your bills?
Dire consequences. I will probably end up homeless and my family will lose everything we have.